You're watching PPMA TV, thanks to our sponsors Mark and Mamage. I'm over here with the lovely Roy and your lovely train set as well from the wonderful Harford Control.
Become a bit of an icon really, to be honest, yeah. And we had the idea to put that in place because there's so many production lines around here when you walk around looking at the places. We felt we wanted to do something different that was more eye-catching. And engineers, I think, are like the rest of us really, little boys at heart. So they always get intrigued by something like this. So what we're actually showing here is, apart from the train replicating a production line, so that when it stops and restarts, we record the amount of time that it stopped for, and then the reason for the stoppage, and that all goes into populate one of our efficiency files. It's automatically transferred to the large screen over there. And then we're also doing some quality checks on here, because that one there, that coder on top there, that's actually looking at the code on the top of the big bottle. So it's reading the date code to make sure it's printed correctly. So if it's wrong, it'll stop the train. So again, that's another reason for stopping the unit. So you don't want to send out things with the wrong code on. And similarly, on these other packages, on the other side of them, we've got a date code, a barcode rather, and we're reading the barcode to make sure it's got the right packaging. So it's meant to be a reasonably automated coding and labelling control system, but also with other measures thrown in, like efficiency, paperless quality, and all of the other things that we deal with. So.
Fantastic. So yeah, we say, it's a bit of a gimmick, get people over, but actually you are demonstrating exactly what you do at Harford Control.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not just about a gimmick of a train turning around the track. It's actually showing several of the things that we do. Unfortunately, we can't show all the things we do, because obviously we've got things like tablets, like the computer tablets that we might, excuse me a moment.
That's all right. We're going to go and have a little look at the computer tablets over here. So Harford Control, they've got loads going on, which is really nice. We've got another computer tablet over here. What does that do?
Well, the computer tablet takes things like the things we can't do automatically, like you might be asking questions about temperature or even the environment. You might want to know if somebody's checked that a machine is working correctly and it's got the safety guard in place and so on. So the tablet is really for a whole list of those things, and we can set the tablet up so that it will automatically challenge the operator to do certain tests every day, some tests every week, and some every month, and so on. And that's just on these.
Oh, brilliant. I'm going to have a quick look at this then.
Yeah.
Before we...
Through that, Jane.
Fantastic.
And then we've got things like line stats as well. So if one of our biggest customers, for example, is Diageo, big drinks company, and if one of their managers somewhere in the world wants to find out what's going on in another of his factories, he can just look at the line stats and find that company or that particular factory. He can find out which production line it's on and get everything right down to the last minute.
Oh, brilliant.
And that's really what we do. So it's all real-time production information, if you like, because I think all of our customers, if you like, are trying to do one thing. They're bringing a bunch of raw materials and packaging, and they're trying to get the maximum out of those raw materials with a minimum of waste, and to do it as quickly as possible. That's all they're trying to do. So what we're doing is replicating that. And what makes it complex is all the different supermarkets they have to deal with, all the different labels, all the different date codes and all the different types and flavours and things. And that becomes very, very complex. And if we take just one of the Diageo sites alone, they've got something like 1,800 different products. Well, they could put the wrong label on any of them. They could put the wrong cap on any of them. And, people, if they paid the sort of money that you ask a bottle of whiskey for, if you paid that sort of money, you want it to be right, especially if it's a present for somebody.
Definitely, and it's
about 100% accuracy, really, but doing it as inexpensively as you possibly can.
And I can only just it's you can understand why people just love that, and the fact that actually it is offering that solution which, like you say, isn't there, and that's what you're offering, which is great. Wonderful. Okay, so we're here at PPMA. I've got to ask, why is it important? I know you've been here for a few years, to say the least. Why is it important that you keep coming back time and time again?
Well, we didn't come back in the last 2 years because of COVID. And as I've had COVID 5 times, I kept well away from the place as long as I could. So I've been a bit careful this time as well, obviously. But it's really the only exhibition in the UK that I think is worth coming to, because it's so well known now. It's been going for so long. There are other exhibitions in the UK, but they're much more regional, so you're going to capture a much smaller part of the audience. So this ought to be the one that people come to if they're seriously interested in the UK. Okay.
Listen, Roy, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Come down, have a chat, have a little look at everything that they're getting up to, and have a chat with Roy. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.